Good day, class. This is day 2 of inequalities. We're going to do 1 and 2-step inequalities. Alright, and just a reminder, here's your less than sign, your greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Alright, today we're going to talk about inequalities, and we're going to see what happens when you add, subtract, multiply by 2 or a negative. Okay, so what we're going to do is we have 4 is less than 6. That's a true statement. 4 is less than 6. So if we add 2 to both sides, okay, that's going to give us 6. Oops. 6 is less than 8. Okay, and that's a true statement. Alright, then we're going to subtract 2 from both sides. That would give us 2 is less than 4. That is also a true statement. So we can subtract with inequalities. Okay, try to multiply by 2. So if we multiply, 4 times 2 is 8. And then 6 times 2 is 12. And 8 is less than 12. Right? Alright, let's divide by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And 6 divided by 2 is 3. So 2 is less than 3. That's a true statement. Okay. Alright, let's try adding negative 2. If I add negative 2 to 4, I get 2. If I add negative 2 to 6, I get 4. And that is now, again, a true statement. Let's subtract a negative 2. Alright, which would give me 6. And if I subtract a negative 2 from 6, I get 8. And that is also a true statement. Now let's multiply by negative 2. 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Okay, and then 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. And negative 8 is not smaller than negative 12. So that should put up a huge red flag. That is not a true statement. All right. If we flip the sign, we would get a true statement. So if we did negative 8 and we change that from less than to greater than negative 12, then we get a true statement. Okay. All right, let's try dividing by negative 2. So if I divide by negative 2, okay, 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2. Bring down my sign. 6 divided by negative 2 is negative 6. Okay, and then again, that is not a true statement. Okay, I would have to flip the inequality to make that a true statement. Okay, so let's review real fast. If I add 2, subtract 2, multiply by 2, divide by 2, add a negative 2, or subtract a negative 2, all my inequalities stay true. However, when I multiply by a negative and divide by a negative, I have to flip my inequalities to make the statements true. You have to remember that. When you multiply or divide by a negative, you have to flip your inequalities. Okay, let's say that again. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, flip your inequality. Okay? Get that in your notes, okay? When you multiply or divide by a negative number, flip your inequality. Okay, let's try some problems. Alright, first one. We're going to solve these the same way we solve equations. Okay, so we have our line that separates our equation from the left side and right side. I still want to solve for x. Okay, so I got to get rid of a plus 3. Get rid of a plus 3, I'm going to subtract 3. Okay, and x, bring down my inequality, is less than 7 minus 3 is 4. And let's do our number line. Alright, and we're going to draw a circle above 4. And this is an open circle because it does not have less than. And x is, or equal to. And x is less than 4, so that shades to the left. Less than shades to the left. Now my interval notation, it goes from negative infinity to 4, and it does not equal either one of those. So there's my interval notation. Okay. Next one, we have negative 3y is less than or equal to 12. Solve this, I need to divide by negative 3. Okay. Now I'm dividing by a negative, and from our first slide, we know that when I multiply or divide by a negative, I have to flip the inequality. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Those cancel, we get y, and 12 divided by negative 3 is negative 4. Alright, my number line. Okay, so put a circle above 4. Okay, and it has the equal to, so I'm going to shade my circle in. Okay, and it says y is greater than, so y is greater than goes to the right. My interval notation goes from -4 to positive infinity. It equals 4, so I have a bracket, and it does not equal infinity. Okay. All right, next one. P divided by 5 is greater than -1. So I'm going to multiply by 5. Okay, so I'll multiply the other side by 5. Those cancel. I'm left with P is greater than. Now, we have a -1 here, but look at what you did to both sides. Did we multiply both sides by a negative? And the answer is no, so you keep your sign. The only time you flip your sign is if you multiply or divide both sides by a negative. Okay, so -1 times 5 is -5. Draw my number line. Okay. All right, put a circle above 5. And this is not equal to, so it's open, and P is greater than. So that goes to the right. My interval notation, it goes from -infinity. Oops, sorry. Does not, I messed up. It goes from -5 to positive infinity. It does not equal -5, and it does not equal infinity. There's your interval notation. Okay, so again, I'm going to solve for x. So we solve it the same way. Okay, I need to add 3 to both sides. So I have -2x, make sure you bring down your negative, is greater than or equal to 4. Now I'm dividing by -2. Okay, here I'm dividing both sides by a negative, so I know I'm going to have to flip my sign. So 4 divided by -2 is -2. Draw your number line. Alright, this is going to be a closed circle because it's equal to, and x is less than, and less than is to the left. So my interval notation goes from -infinity to -2. It is not equal to -infinity, however, it does equal 2. Okay. Alright, we'll see you guys tomorrow.